The world watches as bombs rain down on Gaza, yet another cycle of violence, another humanitarian crisis. But beneath the immediacy of this tragedy, a more insidious process unfolds. Israel, under the cover of conflict, is systematically stealing Gaza's land. This is not hyperbole. It's a reality supported by evidence, legal maneuvering, and a chilling disregard for international law. The signs are undeniable. Gaza's borders shrink, its land confiscated, homes are demolished, families displaced. This is not about security, it's about control, about erasing a people and their right to exist. Gaza, once a sliver of hope on the Mediterranean, is now choked by concrete and barbed wire. The Philadelphi Corridor, a buffer zone along the Egyptian border, has been swallowed whole. This land grab alone has stripped Gaza of 20% of its livable land, leaving its already overcrowded population in dire straits. But the theft doesn't stop there. Over 60% of Gaza's buildings lie in ruins, pulverized by Israeli airstrikes. Entire neighborhoods like Beit Hanun have been razed, declared as sites for undefined future projects. The message is clear. Gaza's land is not for Gazans. Israel's actions in Gaza are not the impulsive acts of a state defending itself. They are calculated, deliberate, and cloaked in a veneer of legal justifications. The talk of resettling Gaza with Israelis, openly voiced by Israeli officials, exposes the true agenda. The playbook is familiar. Exploit the ambiguous temporary occupation status, enshrined in the never-finalized Oslo Accords. Claim security concerns. Ignore international condemnation. Declare annexation, as with the Golan Heights, and dare the world to intervene. This is not just about land, it's about enshrining a system of apartheid, where one group dictates the fate of another. The world sees Gaza's ravaged landscape and sees only despair, but beneath the rubble lies a treasure that Israel covets, vast reserves of natural gas, estimated at 1.4 trillion cubic feet. While Gaza suffocates under a blockade, Israel grants drilling licenses to multinational corporations, eager to profit from the spoils of occupation. The buffer zones created through demolition and displacement are not about security, they are strategic assets, cleared to make way for Israeli infrastructure projects, including a planned deep water port. Gaza's resources, like its land, are being systematically appropriated. The world condemns Russia's annexation of Crimea, rightly so. Yet when Israel carves up Gaza, the response is muted. The United States, Israel's staunchest ally, provides billions in military aid, effectively funding the very bulldozers and bombs that demolish Palestinian homes. This is not just about double standards, it's about complicity. The silence of the international community emboldens Israel, giving it carte blanche to continue its illegal actions. Section 6. Echoes of Past Injustices. Israel's actions in Gaza are not isolated incidents. They are part of a historical continuum of dispossession and colonization. The parallels to past injustices are impossible to ignore. The forced removal of indigenous populations from their lands, the creation of settlements that privilege one group over another, these are tactics ripped from the darkest chapters of human history. The world claimed to have learned from these atrocities, yet here we are again, witnessing the same patterns of oppression unfold in Gaza. Section 7. A generation scarred, a future uncertain. What does it mean to grow up in Gaza today? To live under the constant threat of bombs? To witness the theft of your land? To have your future held hostage by a force that denies your very right to exist? This is the reality for millions of Palestinians, their lives defined by trauma and uncertainty. They are denied basic necessities, their movements restricted, their dreams shattered. Their futures are intertwined with the fate of their land, a land that is slowly being erased before their eyes. Section 8. From condemnation to action. Words are no longer enough. The international community must move beyond condemnation and take concrete action to hold Israel accountable for its crimes. The recent ICJ case accusing Israel of dispossessing Palestinians offers a glimmer of hope. This is a watershed moment, a chance to set a precedent that land theft and apartheid will not be tolerated. Sanctions, boycotts, and divestment. These are not radical measures. They are the tools of a world that refuses to stand idly by as injustice prevails. Section 9. A crossroads for justice. Gaza stands at a crossroads. Will it be allowed to be erased, its people condemned to a life of perpetual displacement and dispossession? Or will the world finally find its conscience and act to protect the vulnerable, uphold international law, and demand justice for Gaza? The answer to this question will define not just the future of Palestinians, but also the moral compass of the international community. The time for silence is over. The time for action is now. As we conclude this journey through the shadows cast over Gaza, let's revisit the critical points that demand our attention and action. From the looming threats and redrawn borders that have shattered countless lives, to the legal facades masking land grabs and the untapped gas resources beneath the rubble, the plight of Gaza is a complex tapestry of injustice. The world's silence has echoed the injustices of the past, leaving a generation scarred and their future uncertain. Yet, amidst the condemnation, there lies a crossroads for justice. Will the international community rise to protect the vulnerable, uphold the principles of international law, and demand justice for Gaza? The time for reflection is over. It's time to transform our understanding into action. Share this video, educate others, and advocate for a just and lasting solution for Gaza. The fate of Gaza is not just a regional issue, it is a test of our collective humanity. Thank you for watching. Together we can make a difference.